continued, we're going to write the equations of a hyperbola if you are given the focus and the vertex. Remember, we use those other 2 points, but they don't actually have a name because they are not actually part of the graph itself. So, if you're going to write an equation of the hyperbola, the first thing you do is you look at where the focus and the vertex lie. So if I were to graph plus or minus 3, 0, I've got 3, 0, and negative 3, 0. And the focus at 4, 0, and negative 4, 0. Then, which direction is this hyperbola going to be opening?
Definitely left and right.
Left and right. Left and right, because the focus has got to be inside the hyperbola. So when I write my standard equation, am I going to have the x squared first or the y squared first? X squared first. So this is going to be, my standard equation is going to be x squared over a squared minus y squared over b squared equals 1. Now, in order to figure out what b squared is, everybody remember that equation? B squared equals a squared plus b squared for the hyperbola. So c squared equals a squared plus b squared. So in my given information, this is my a, and this is my c. So I say c squared is 16 equals a squared, which is 9, plus b squared, subtract 9. So that would be 7 equals my b squared. So I know my a squared is 9. I know my b squared is 7. So I have x squared over 9 is a squared minus y squared over, now notice I didn't even take the square root of my b squared, so it is already squared, so that's 7. This is b squared equals 7. And that equals 1. I mean, you can take the square root, but we don't need to. We just need the b squared. Now, on the other hand, if I were going to graph this, let's go ahead and finish it since we started it. Then I would need to take the square root of b squared, so b is approximately, it's about 2.6. Okay, so is approximately 0 plus or minus 2.6. So I go here, down here, draw my box. Well, we'll use the green next. Open. I put that in the wrong place. This. This. Not up. Okay, so there's my box. Draw my asymptotes and extend them. Here's your green for St. Patrick's Day. And then I can sketch my hyperbola.
It touch it?
It touched it. You're right. So do I need to fix that?
It's okay.
There we
I
go.
know.
Just for Bobby, we got that
It was
fixed.
colder actually.
Oh,
Second
sorry.
time in 2 days.
second. Oh, well, I wasn't even looking. I was guessing from hearing
You
it.
had for 2 years, there's no excuse there. No excuse there.
Okay, well, I've been doing worse mistakes than that today. Okay. Questions? Okay.
So we're just doing the opposite of what we did yesterday?
So you're doing the backwards, the opposite of what we were doing yesterday.
Okay, we're
So
good.
now I want to look at what happens when it looks a little bit different. If I have the focus is 0 plus or minus 4 root 5, and the vertex is plus or minus 4, then it's going to be at 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, negative 4. And 4 root 5. Somebody get me a decimal for that. Say square root of 5. Square root of 5 and then take it times 4.
8.9.
8.9. Okay, so that's going to be almost 9.
So we have this, if we have this kind of problem, can we just change that for class to decimals?
Actually, it's not going to be, I'll show you here in a minute, it's going to be to your advantage not to do that. If you're going to graph it, the graph part of it, yes, change it to a decimal. For the equations, it's going to be easier if you don't. Okay, so this time, which way is this hyperbola going to be opening?
Up.
Up and down, right. So which comes first this time? Y squared. So I have y squared over a squared minus x squared over b squared equals 1. And I know my a is 4. My c is 4 root 5. So I have c squared equals a squared plus b squared. So now when I do c squared, that's 4 root 5 squared equals 4 squared plus b squared. When you square these, remember that I have 4 squared is 16. Root 5 squared is 5. So you got 16 times 5 equals 16 plus b squared. So what is 16 times 5? 80?
64.
So 80 equals 16 plus b squared. Now subtract your 16, that's where the 64 comes in. So 64 equals b squared. So now, for writing the equation, you don't even have to take the square root of b squared. You can put it directly, this is a squared, you can put it directly into your equation. So you got
Y squared?
y squared over a squared, which is going to be 16, minus x squared over b squared, which is 64, equals 1.
So what box?
So if we did the box, we go 8 and 8. I'll quite too far on that one. Okay. Draw your asymptotes.
Wait, so what was the vertice on the x-axis?
8.
8?
Because the square root of 64 is 8.
Oh, you just big number.
Okay, so then we sketch them, and we're going up and down here, so it's going to go. These where I didn't label them, that's a negative 8, 0. Okay, so that's all I have for you today.
Can we get some coffee?